Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday. I'm going to let a few of you jump on here. I normally get on a little earlier and have some stuff I'm moving around, but I'm all ready to go. And I wanted to just take Friday like a storm. I want you to know it's Friday, and we're going to close on the trap. It's all a damn trap. That's what we're going to talk about today. I wanted to give a shout out to my good friend Jason Bell. I showed him on a couple of shows ago, and a super amazing dude and his wife, and they're building a company in Angola, Indiana. And I want to just kind of tell you why it's so cool being wired differently and having friends like Jason and all of you out there that follow and support the movement, the mindset, the mission, and the things that we've got going on. But so here's what I wanted to show you, man. So yesterday I took off. I was like, the day was cray, right? So I took off. No one was at the house. I had started the day, and it was an unusual day because I had like 6 meetings stacked up, and I don't like that. I feel trapped. Yeah, I really do. I feel trapped, even though I'm in my own home most of the time. I feel trapped. Ironically enough, man, it's all a damn trap. But before I get going on my rant this morning, I jumped in my boat and I went for a trip, and I had grabbed this super cool thing on the way out. And it's leather, and it's super amazing. And it's, if you could smell it, can you smell it? It's cedar inside. And when you open it up, a cigar. And so I just wanted to give Jason Ball a shout out and let him know that he gave me this. He gave me this amazing gift. And the thing I want to tell you about this amazing gift, and he has a cutter in it, right? So a leather case wrapped in cedar. It's a cigar carrying case. He thought about me, right? He thought about me. And the cool thing about this is you prep the cigar. You got the cutter, take the tip off, and then just take a little bit off the top for you, so you get a nice draw in it when you light it. So I'm ready to go with this one today. I think I'm going to go back out in the boat, Jason, and we're going to do it. And I think about you when I grab this cigar case and carrier. So Jason, that wasn't a trap. That was your heart working. And the thing I wanted to tell you about this gift, and I want you to think about, who are you thinking about in your life, and who's moving you, and who are you going to give a cigar carrier case to in your life for no reason whatsoever. The thing is, that's what I want to tell you is that he has all kinds of things at his bargain bin, but he was moving through his inventory, and this stood out to him. And he pulled it out of the pile, and he set it aside, and he said, that's going to be for Todd Saylor. And I'm just privileged that you did that, Jason. So I wanted to share that with the group. We're talking. I mean, we got 20-some people on right now. It's so fun to do this. And Jason, you're doing a great job. I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. I just want to let you know, for a Friday, I want to let you know the letter today we're wrapping up. It's all a damn trap. Is P. But before I get to P, I want to remind you what we went through. Remember, T was for time, because time was probably the most important letter that we were talking about, where we just really understood what we're working for, what we're doing in this world, and why we're falling into a trap, because we're losing track of our time. We're losing track of the fact that the trap is stealing our time. It's taking our eyes off of what we're really working for, right? And then the R was, I needed you to remember, right? I need you to remember what got you where. Remember the first thing that launched you in your organizational growth, the first thing that launched you, maybe even in your childhood. Remember the things that really made you who you are, so you don't get lost in the trap. I think I told the story about my wife and how I met her. And if you hadn't heard it, I've told it before, but she really grounds me. She lets me understand like what's it all about when I'm moving through this trap phase in my life, right? I need to understand the value of your time. The trap is stealing your time. I need you to understand that the trap is not allowing you to remember who you are and where you came from and what your principles are. And we're going to get to the P's and then access. Yesterday we did access, and I wanted to let you know it was a little bit of a sales job yesterday because I wanted to be full frontal with you. I wanted to just say, hey, listen, Todd, what do you do for a living, man? I help you make your fortune from what you have, right? And so I'm letting you know that I have access to the things that you want that are not something that's taking your eyes off and trapping you in other areas like the social media likes to do. And so what I wanted to do was just really an access, just to review, was this is access. This is my website. I know a lot of you have been to the website, but I want you to go check it out. Chad at 360 Communication is doing this, man. Mobile Media 360. He's amazing. He's social. He's mobile. He's media. He's 365 days a week, and he is helping me do these things. And I want you to know also that I got a good friend by the name of Chris Billups, and he has a company called Brand Dominators. I have the pleasure of coaching him in Brand Dominators. I have the pleasure of having a lot of his time, and he built this website. It's a great collaborative project. We've done several websites together, and obviously he is somebody that you need to be looking at over the time as you do your things and grow like we have. He has been a secret to my success in a lot of ways. So here is the website. Here is the Tiki Hut Retreat. Here are our endorsements. Here are the books. We got a third book coming out, access to my books and all the things that we have. And right down here, you got, hi there. My name is Abby. Chat with us. Let me find you 100K in your business in 45 minutes. I can do that for you. And in many cases more. I have people that have done it, and we'll share those testimonies with you sometime. Maybe we'll have them on. We had Stefan on the other day, and he was one of those people that has done well more than the 100K challenge. And down here, I want you to see the stack, right? The stack of the virtual MBA. Now, what is the virtual MBA? This is the coaching process. This is the access to avoid the trap, get actual real content, real systems to grow your company. Now, listen, I want you to know that this is my specialized coaching process, and there's 3 levels. First level is $99 a month. The next level is $997 a month. And the third, I'm in trouble. Hey, Chad, what's up?
Hey, we're not seeing your screen.
See how this works? Chad's saving my tail. What do you see?
We're just seeing you. We're not seeing your save screen.
Oh. Well, I practiced this. All right, let me figure out what's going on here. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being patient. Just goes to show you that we all have to. So you just saw me, huh? StreamYard is sharing your window. So let's move on. Let's just move out of it because I am stuck right here. So let's move into out of access. Let's go to pleasure, and profit. So P stands for, at the end of trap, it's P. And so I wanted to talk to you about, now that we understand time, now that we understand that we need to remember, now that we understand that we have access to things and people around you like me and other people, like even Chad and Chris that are saving me on the telephone here. But here's the thing. I want to close today with P for pleasure and profit. I want you to understand that the trap is keeping you from understanding what the real profits are that we're looking for. So I want to get your minds around this. I want to get your thoughts around this. And I want to take you into a Friday in a profitable way. I want you to understand that the profits that you're working for are your time. The profits that you are working for are your freedoms. The profits that we're working for are your pleasures. And more importantly, other people's pleasures. Now, a while ago, we talked about success to significance. And this is this whole idea from transitioning your company, your time, all the things that you're doing from being successful at not only making money, but also making money for other people. And so when we take your reoccurring revenue stream that we're building, not just a transactional revenue stream, we want to build something that's everlasting, an evergreen product for you. The whole idea is to create something that will live beyond you. And when we're able to take that process and have it kick out reoccurring revenue stream so that you can actually make other people money inside of your business model, then you are moving from what's called a successful business model to a significant business model. And that's the biggest thing that I'm going to challenge you people on when it comes to avoiding the damn trap, avoiding the social media trap, avoiding all of these 30, 15-second sound bites that tell you how to become a landlord in 15 seconds. They literally have got this down to a science where everybody and their brother takes a clip and they refine a clip and do another clip and another clip, and they tell you exactly how you can build a multi-million-dollar, a reoccurring rental revenue stream. Don't live in a house, rent them all out, do all these things in 30 seconds. You can figure all this out. Well, I'm here to tell you that is not how it works, and I'll tell you it's a damn trap. I'm here to tell you that the social media and the things that are going on out there are pulling you down and making you feel less than you are. And that's really what inspired this entire week. And so I'm ready to tell you, you're going to have a great weekend. I'm ready to tell you that I want you to avoid the trap. And I want you to understand that the P in trap is the things that we're shooting for. We want profits, right? We want the pleasure of having profits. We want be pleasing to other people from our profits. Profits are just not money. I want plenty. I want plenty of good times. I want plenty of friends. I want plenty of freedom. And I want it to be principled. I want to make sure that I have principles behind what I'm doing, not just principles and steps, but moral character behind the principles that I'm moving. And then I want to know that I can see proof in my fruits. And those are the P's on the P's for the trap. To avoid the damn trap, these are the P's that I want you to be shooting for. And that's why we're in this entrepreneurial mindset. We're in it to make money. Don't get me wrong. I want to make you lots of money. I want to make lots of money, but I want you to understand that those monies are there to provide you the time for these 5 P's: profit, pleasure, pleasing, plenty, principle, and proof. That's 6. So I want to close today, and I want to just kind of bring this to a wrap. And I'm going to get this this sharing thing figured out because I got so much I want to show you, man. I thought it was bulletproof this morning, but I want to talk to you about there's only 3 types of traps. I know I beat up the trap thing, but man, I got to tell you, this last 2 weeks, I've been beat up. I've been beat up by the trap. I've been beat up by this social media prognosis of how it's making me feel. And I just want you to know that you're not alone in that. And I challenge you to get off those things that you know are making you feel insignificant. There's plenty on social media. There's plenty. I'm glad you're watching me on social media, but there's plenty things on social media that aren't trapping you into feeling bad about yourself or feeling bad about other people. You know, it's just not something I want you to be taking part of. But I want you to tell you there's 3 types of traps, and I want you to think about right now when you're looking at something out there and you're going to do something in today or tomorrow, or you're considering buying even my Tiki Hut retreat. I mean, I think you need to understand what kind of trap, because you're always going to be in a version of traps, right? There's no getting around the 3 types of traps. And I just want you to understand that you only should be involved in one of these traps. And the traps that I want you to understand that you need to be looking for are: 1, the first trap, the one that I want you to understand that you're walking into every day, every minute, every second, right? I want you to know that if it's a trap, you're walking into it. It's like I know it's a trap. Now, trap is always, I think it's taken a negative connotation on the show, but I want you to understand a sales pitch or somebody trying to get you to be persuaded, trying to get you to do something, right? And I want you to know that if you know that you're walking into this trap, or if you know that you're walking into this opportunity, your eyes are wide open. And I think that's a good place to be, because then you can decide if you want to be brought further into the trap process. And some traps can be good traps, right? You know, I've been brought into buying a house trap, right? And I walked through the trap door by door. I walk through each door. I go through the house. It's a virtual trap, right? Going everywhere in the house. And I realized that this house is a great deal. I think I'll live here, or I think I'll buy it and I'll rent it out. I think I'll buy it and fix it up and verbo it. You know, I knew exactly what I was walking into. I was inviting myself into this enclosure or this trap or this opportunity, right? And two, the other trap is not so bad either, because you're curious. So you're curious about what's behind number 2, what's behind number 3. Curious makes us move as entrepreneurs and mindset people. You're just curious about it. But I also want you to understand that the curious mode is a good trap mode too, because you're at least aware that you're curious, right? But you don't know what's there, but you're allowing yourself to move out, and you're allowing yourself to be free about it. You're allowing yourself to not be scared. You're allowing yourself to entertain a thought process or something new, to experience a certain type of trap. Because the curious trap means that you can actually take it to a point, and then you can decide that you know or you don't know, right? But the last trap I want you to be aware of, and this is the one that you're lured. So the Tiki Hut Retreat, as an example, is I guess a marketing trap, if you will, in the metaphors that I'm using, but it's one that you know, right? It's one that you become curious in. And then there's one that you know that you can actually have access and have systems and social proof. And I can provide you profit, pleasure, pleasing, plenty, principled, and proof of it all. But this last trap I want to close this Friday out is the lured trap, you know? And I really want you to think about where you are when you're out there in the world and you're on social media, where you are when you're out there in the world and you're looking for food, you're foresting for things to do, you're foresting for a new deal, a new prospect, a new life lesson, a new process to grow yourself with. I mean, I want you to understand, do you know what you're looking at? Is that trap something you know what you're looking at? Or 2, is it just, are you calmly in a curious phase? And last but not least, I really want you to be aware, are you being lured? Because if you're being lured, your tentacles have got to get up, and you've got to really do your research, and you got to stop. And the last thing I'm going to teach you today in regarding being lured, curious, or to know if you're walking into a trap is that there's really 2 types of processes that you need to understand that you're going to be taught from somebody in any version of a metaphorical trap. And that is, you're either going to be motivated or you're going to be manipulated. You're either going to be motivated or you're going to be manipulated. And I want you to understand that motivation is a good process of growing through a trap process, but manipulated is a bad piece. That's when you're being lured, right? The manipulation part is what I really want you to understand is the most dangerous. Motivation is for good. So if someone's motivating you through a trap, or motivating through a trap, or a curious trap, but if you're being manipulated or you're being lured through a trap, it's generally for their gains, not as much your gains. So I just wanted to encourage you all this morning, and it's a damn trap. And I feel better. I got a lot of things off my chest. I hope that you all understand that I'm doing this because I'm feeling it, right? This show is something that I get to do every morning. It's a privilege, and I don't take it lightly. I put time into it, and obviously I got to put a little more time into my sharing the screen on StreamYard, but I'll get it, man. Don't worry. I am going to get it. I can't wait to show you some cool stuff, and we can do some teachings, and we can really get into some business principles and entrepreneurial mindset stuff. And I'm super excited, so I will nail it. Chad and Chris will get me ready. So listen, Are you being trapped? Do you know it? Are you being curious, or are you being lured? Are you being motivated, or are you being manipulated, right? I want you to understand that T stands for time, time, time. We're working for time. R stands for remember how you got here. A stands for access, access, access. I got access for you. You have good access, trustworthy access with me. And last but not least, what are we doing this for? We're doing it for profits, but I want you to be doing it for the pleasure profits. You're actually in a miracle. I want you to understand that you're doing it for your profits of pleasure, pleasing, plenty, principles, and proof. Listen, my friends, we're in the middle of a miracle. I think you need to understand that some of the things that we're seeing and we're not happy with, and some of the things that we're going through that are going to happen. And God has put us right smack dab in the middle of a miracle, in the middle of being depressed, in the middle of not feeling well, in the middle of being angry, all the things that are going on that may not make you feel so well sometimes from even the social media or the traps that we're in. I just want you to understand we're still in the middle of a miracle. You're upright, you're moving, you have opportunity, you're in the greatest country in the world for opportunity. Know it, use it, be it. I want you to understand that you're wired differently for these reasons. And I want you to have a great weekend. I want you to figure out what you're going to do. I want you to get a plan. And it's all just a damn trap. Be out there looking for it. I don't want you being lured into a little box like a rabbit and it's snapping down and you got to get out and move around. You got this thing called life. I think you're awesome. I appreciate everything. Have a great day. Next week is going to be awesome. I just want to talk to you about next week. I'm going to be on vacation. Type of vacation. I'm going to be at a seminar in Cancun. I'm going to be with some really, really great people, and we're going to be learning some stuff. And I'm going to be a little spotty next week. I'll probably jump on at 7:30. It'll be short, but I'll just be to say hi and maybe give you some updates. But listen, give me a little bit of reprieve next week. We'll see what's going on. I appreciate the follows. Get to toddsaylor.com. Go to Tiki Hut Retreat. The sales on, things filling up, man. It's amazing. Thank for all the back orders and people calling and putting us and getting us involved in our life, man. It's going to be a great event.